Marvel's Spider-Man films have been a standout for me in the MCU. What I think it comes down to is this: they're not about superhero stuff all that much. It's all grounded in Peter just trying to figure out life as a teenager, and his journey and failures as Spider-Man reflect that. Far From Home took a small step away from the very fun high school drama that grounded the first film in this series, but it still stayed rooted enough in that world that it felt more like a genre-infused twist on a road trip movie than a magical powers, save-the-world kind of film. These are also films that have understood that having a connection with the villain makes the whole story so much more tense and powerful. I will admit, I don't think the villain's scheme in Far From Home made any sense at all, but our connection with the characters still goes a long way. Check out 8 trailers from this week below. Zombieland, double tap for a movie with zombie right in the title. There's surprisingly little zombie action in this trailer. Mostly, a full decade after the first Zombieland, it's just the original cast returning to have a lot of fun goofing around in their apocalyptic universe. It'll come out on October 18th. A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. It seems far too hard to tell a story about Mr. Rogers that is simply about Mr. Rogers, so A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood approaches it by going through the eyes of an interviewer who's surprised to find just how affable he really is. It's based on a real interview, which you can read here. The film comes out on Thanksgiving. Gemini Man: here's the thing, if I were a studio executive and wanted to make a lot of money, I would absolutely greenlight a movie that starred 2 Will Smiths. Is the result extremely goofy? Sure, seems like it. But it's still 2 Will Smiths fighting each other. The film comes out October 11th. Harriet Casey Lemons, an actor and director who most recently was behind an episode of Luke Cage, is directing this tense-looking biopic about Harriet Tubman that turns her work on the Underground Railroad into a borderline action movie. It'll come out on November 1st. Jojo Rabbit: so you just directed a really popular, really successful Marvel movie, what's your next move? If you're Taika Waititi, it's to star as Hitler in a World War II satire that you also wrote and directed. If you liked Thor: Ragnarok, you'll probably like this. It's due out on October 18th. Catherine the Great: HBO has a Catherine the Great miniseries coming up, and all you really need to know is that it stars Helen Mirren.